the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Are you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an internet, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
Hi, my name is Sister Ebony Stevenson. I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the Toma Nation's weekly Sunday worship service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street here in Chicago, Illinois, and also live on Facebook. If you would like more information, you can reach us at www.facebook.com/TomaNation2 or give us a call at 773-952-8302. Now I am going to recite our opening. In the name of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and the one who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aten, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Olumare, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all of these names refer to the same one, Almighty Spirit, and it is to that essence which I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the Lost 13 tribe, born in North America and are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the earth flows through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now I am going to recite the 13 points of what we believe and know. Number 1. We believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Number 2. We believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Number 3. We believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic Holy Books were all black. Number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a black man. Number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Number 6, we believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator, regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens, earth, and the universe as supreme. Number 7, we believe and know that it is impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a denial objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are AIDS, birth control, alcohol and drug abuse, vaccinations, gang and domestic violence, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the black communities of America and the world. Number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the black community of weapons, break up the black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young black males under the undercover code name April 2029. And number 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. Our purpose: to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe, under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Raheem Quasad Otten, to provide solutions to the social and economic ills that plague the communities of urban America. Our goal: to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors, because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. Our mission: to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and/or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. Our motto: let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Now we're going to recite our salute to the red, black, and green flag. Everyone put your right fist in the air and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright. Here's to the black of it, 400 million's back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it, old flag of mine. Here's to the green of it. Young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it. Maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and pole of it. Pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving it this great flag of mine. Please keep your right fist raised high in the air as we sing our Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Black power, black power, black power. Black power is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Happy Sunday, June 14th. T-minus 5 days until Juneteenth. I am your lecturer for today, Sister Ebony Stevenson, and the title of my lecture today is Economics is the Highest Form of Warfare, Part 2. All right. I am joining you today from our headquarters here at the Toma Nation at 838 West Marquette Road in the Inglewood community of Chicago, Illinois. If you would like more information about this lecture or any of our previous lectures, you can always feel free to drop a comment if you're watching this lecture on Facebook or YouTube, or you can always shoot us a text at 773-846-3091. Please stay for the duration of this lecture because I have an invitation at the end to extend to you and your family for an event we have coming up at the end of the week on Friday. So I am going to begin by reciting our opening. In the name of the everlasting Father, he that causes all that exists to exist, he that is self-existent, he who directs the sonships of millions and trillions of years, and he who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites as Amen-Ra and Aten, among the Hebrews as Ansal, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Olodumare, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all of these names refer to the same one, Almighty God, and it is to him whom I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those Black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are that lost 13 tribe, born here in North America, and are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the world flow through our veins. I greet you in the ancient yet holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. In my lecture last week, I talked about this concept of economics being the highest form of warfare. And this lecture title came from the founder of our grassroots movement, Toma Nation, Minister Raheem Kassad-Aten. And this isn't the first time that we've mentioned this concept of economics being the highest form of warfare. Excuse me. Now, we have to understand that we are living in a different time. We are living in a different time under a different kind of energy. And certain tactics are being used as the whole strategy. So when we talk about what's going on in America and the impact of what's happening with Black Americans and the anti-Black racism from non-Black people in America, it doesn't matter if you're Black. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're Latino. It doesn't matter if you're Asian. It doesn't matter if you're Indian. It doesn't matter what nationality or ethnic group that we are dealing with. We're dealing with anti-Black racism because in this country, there is this energy around everybody and their mama wants to be so close to white supremacy. And this is what we've been dealing with in this country for generations. This is nothing new to us. Black people have been talking about anti-Black racism. All we're seeing now is that these same racists, they're no longer afraid. They're not afraid to harass us. They're not afraid to murder us. They're not afraid to do whatever they want to do with us. And we're tired. We're not just pissed off and angry. We're tired because this is nothing new. This, you can talk to our parents or our grandparents or our great-grandparents, or if you were alive when your great-great-grandparents were still here, you can talk to them and the stories that they have passed down about the experiences that they had due to anti-Black racism, due to white supremacy. And this is what I said about it doesn't matter if you are a person, a non-Black person of color. There's this energy right now that everybody wants to be so close to the teats of white supremacy, and everybody is attacking us. And so when we look at the tactics that we've used in the past, when we look at the protests, when we look at the boycotts, when we looked at the armed militias, when we looked at the community programming, nothing is new under the sun. And so, first of all, I want to commend my fellow Black people that I have seen boycotting these Asian businesses. I want to commend my fellow Black people that I have seen standing up and speaking about all of these things that are going on. And it's only going to get worse, right? Because I saw a young lady and she was in tears and she was saying, it feels like we're going back in time. And if you've been following us for a long time, you know that this is something that our leader, teacher, and God, Minister Raheem, said about 2 years ago. He said it's going to feel like we're going back in time. That all of the things that we feel like we gained, it's going to feel like that we're losing them. It's going to feel like the 1800s with dealing with how Black people are being treated. Do you think that he was right? I mean, you can look at the world scene right now, and you can look at what's going on in America, and you can see that that prediction that he had was very true. And it doesn't matter where we are. It doesn't matter if we're walking, if we're riding a bike. It doesn't matter if we're in the store. It doesn't matter if we're holding a bag of Skittles. It doesn't matter if we're minding our business. I just saw a video, and see, sometimes I don't recommend violence to people. But if you're in a situation where you have to defend yourself and your family, don't let video and for social media get you caught up. Because I just saw this video of a black family at a water park, and they had the fast ride pass. If you don't know what the fast ride pass means, you get to skip ahead of the regular paying customers because you paid extra money for the fast ride pass. Now this black family is at the water park, and the children are trying to skip past because they have a fast ride pass, and this white man took it out of his day to go stand and block them from being able to get past to go get on the ride. And the family is just in a state of shock, obviously, and they're with their kids and they're trying to explain. We got the fast ride pass. We tired of explaining. You can't even be in a water park with your children in the hot heat, having a good time with your family without some white person showing their butt. But we got to understand, this is not new. We should be happy they showing their butts. We should be happy that they're showing their true characters. We should be happy that these Asian store owners are actually saying what we've been saying for the longest. We should be happy people are showing their behind all across this country. So as a people, we can move accordingly. Now I know for some people, that may be a little hard. I remember I was in a meeting. No, not a meeting. I remember this girl, well, she's a woman, but she was in a meeting, and she was saying that the topic somehow came to us us leaving white people alone. Like that black people didn't need white people. Like that was where the meeting was going. It was a Zoom. And that this black woman got irate because she couldn't imagine a space, she couldn't imagine a life where white people weren't involved. She just couldn't imagine it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that our people can't imagine a space without our oppressors? That our people can't imagine a space without the people that benefit off of our bodies, that benefit off of our death? The same people who feel like it's okay to harass us and assault us and murder our children. We can't imagine a space without that. How ingrained is that internal racism into us as a people? Because what is that saying? You can't fight a war internal and external at the same time. See, some of us got to deal with our own 500-pound elephants in the room, and that's our own internal anti-Black racism. When you look at some of the comments of these things that are happening, and when we get to blaming the victim, when we get to blaming the family that's harassed, or we get to coming up with stories to excuse the behavior of racists, because we call ourselves Black MAGA and we call ourselves Black Trump supporters. It doesn't matter what political affiliation you are, because guess what? When the white people are harassing you, are they asking you, is you a Democrat, Republican, or independent? When the white people are killing your babies, are they asking them, is their family a Democratic, Republican, or independent? No. So it doesn't matter what political party that you find yourself under. The issues that we are facing, it affects all of us. And I know that can be a hard pill for us to swallow when we're always so focused on politics in our community. We get so caught up in politics that we don't deal with the economics, because we're here, Toma Nation is based in Chicago. And when we talk about economics and we talk about Black people owning businesses, and we talk about Black people getting business licenses, and we talk about all of the discrimination that we go through when we try to do the same thing that other ethnicities do, that we try to do the same thing that these other ethnicities have done that are in our community, that take our money out of our community every day and do not put it back in the community. Do you know how hard it is? Even if you take away the business licenses and dealing with the city, we live in a very city that if a Black youth wants to set up a hot dog stand on the corner and sell hot dogs and snowballs and ices, the police will be the first one to run up. Do you got your peddler's license? You can't be right here. You can't do this. You can't do that. And not do it in a nice way. We've seen that before over and over and over and over and over again. But if you're not Black, you can pull up and set up your little table and your little business anywhere. And ain't nobody gonna bother you. And nobody is gonna harass you. But who do we have to blame for that? Can we blame the police? Can we blame the people that come and set up? No, you can't blame them. Black dollars is up for sale. It's up, everybody can get it. Everybody can get a piece. So can you blame them coming? Well, they know they're gonna make some money? Who's to blame for that? Us. Because when that Black youth set up that hot dog, that little hot dog cart, when that Black youth is selling that ice cream, when that Black youth is selling them snowballs, when that Black youth is selling them bottles of water, do you support them? Or do you go across the street and buy products from people who don't look like you, who don't put their money back in your community, who even if you sat there and you paid attention to them, you can tell that they don't even like Black people. They just like our dollars. But yet you go stand in line and support them businesses and won't support a business of somebody who looks like you and lives in your community. But the minute it's some violence because somebody is hungry, or the minute your window get busted out, or the minute you get robbed, then it's, oh, we need a curfew. We need to do this, and we need to lock up these. We need to do this, and if we know that Black people are on the economic bottom of this country, and we know that Black people are on the economic bottom in the city of Chicago, and we know that everything that's going out here, that people are hungry, that these youth, they are struggling. They're out of school. It's a lot of these babies out here, they depend on that breakfast. They depend on that school lunch. That's a part of their meal. And so now it's the summertime, and if they're not near a program where they can go get a free lunch, some of these babies is out here hungry. And how many times do you see a young person setting up trying to sell something, selling t-shirts, selling this, selling that, economics, but you don't support them? Oh, I don't. I've supported Black youth businesses, and I was not the consumer of what they were selling. Why? Because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to support our people. Imagine going to Chinatown and the Chinese people don't support their businesses. Imagine going to Little Village or back of the yards and the Latino people don't support their businesses. Why is it we're the only ones? Why is it when we have a conversation about economics and we always talking about the Black dollar, this, support the Black dollar, support the Black dollar? Black businesses go out of business as fast as they go in business because of this notion in our mind that other people's goods are better than what Black people are selling. And when we get to this concept of this boycott, and like I said, Black power to all those brothers and sisters who have been boycotting, who have been bringing attention to this anti-Black racism, like all of these things need to be put out in the open. Because why? Because we need to know where we're staying. because somebody actually said on social media, they were like, you have to be careful with who touches you, because people can be putting curses on you as they are touching you. So interesting is this: if you hate black people, but you got a nail shop, you hate them to the tape because you want to be so close to white supremacy, but yeah, you doing their nails and you doing the pedicures and you washing their feet and massaging their legs, and but you hate us though, right? Make that make sense. That these store owners are coming out talking all of this stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but if I couldn't stand a race of people, I wouldn't be touching their feet. If I could stand a race of people, I wouldn't be waxing their eyebrows. If I could stand a race of people, I wouldn't be touching them, period. So you got to think about when you in them nail salons, what they really saying under their breath, what they really saying to their people, what internal curses that they putting on you, that they hate you so much, but yet they touching your body. You got to be careful about that. And so when we talk about these boycotts, this is important because we know that the only way to hit these people where it hurts is to hit their what? Thank you, Sister Cheryl. It's to hit their pocketbooks. It's to hit their bank accounts. I said this last week. The dollar of black people, it retires non-black people. It sends non-black people to university and college. It sends non-black people on vacations. It allows non-black people to gain more financial independence, to buy more stores, to buy more property. This is what they're doing with our dollars. It allows non-black people to live in their predominantly white suburbs, right? So that they can be close to white supremacy, so they can be close to whiteness. Because we know Asians love whiteness. In so many Asian cultures, to even let the sun touch your skin, to even get a tan is blasphemy. There's this Asian woman was saying in China they have this saying, like dealing with the sun, like, oh, they don't want you to turn black like black people. But these the same people, you go in their business and you won't support a black business. I remember somebody was talking about beauty supplies. We got black beauty supplies. You notice I didn't say black beauty supply. We have black-owned beauty supplies in Chicago. Black women, what's your problem? I don't want to hear the, oh, they priced this too high. Oh, the this and the, oh, I didn't like it, and the, oh, and the that and the that. But you will get up on a Saturday morning after you done worked your butt off all week, and you will go in these beauty supplies and be following around the store like you about to commit armed robbery, where you can't even look at the lashes without somebody breathing down the back of your neck. Or you will go in these beauty supplies. This is what someone told me that they experienced. See, when they say that, oh, black dollars don't matter, oh, trust and believe, black dollars matter. Because if they didn't, these Asian store owners wouldn't be on social media talking about some, oh, don't group all Asians together. We not all the same. We not this. It's Southeast Asians don't like this type of Asians. They scared. Why are they scared? because they losing the income. Ours. And this is what we have to continue to do. And the reason why I brought up that piece around supporting Black businesses is because when we are boycotting, we should also be supporting Black-owned businesses. It's not a this or that, it's a this and that. Sis, nobody is telling you you can't go get your 30-inch bust down and your lashes. Go get it from a Black-owned beauty supply. Nobody is telling you you can't get them toes done and you can't get that chin wax. Go to a Black salon. It's that simple. You got to make a conscious decision during this time of unrest whether or not you're going to put your dollars where your mouth is and support a Black-owned business. The founder of the United Black American Progress Association, Dr. Webb Evans, Mr. Buy Black, he would go out of his way to support a Black-owned business. It didn't matter if what he was looking for was not found in the state of Illinois. He would drive over to the state of Indiana to support a Black-owned business to make sure that he put Black dollars in Black hands. Look at that commitment. He started doing that before social media. The Yubapa was founded in 1961. He did that before social media. He did that before the internet. He did that before electric vehicles. For all y'all driving around with a Tesla. So what's your excuse? We love AI so much. We love the Chat GPT and the Claude and the this and the that. Why don't you ask your Chat GPT or your Claude? Black-owned salons in this zip code. Black-owned beauty supplies in this zip code. It takes 5 minutes. I know some of y'all feel like this may be a little bit personal, but that's okay. Because when we talk about unity and we talk about coming together, this is beyond you just mouthing. This is beyond us like, oh, well, we'll just wait for things to pass over. We'll just wait for things to die down. No, this is only going to get worse. Because when we sit around here and when we look at these election seasons that we find ourselves in across the country, we tired of people playing games with us. And we tired of Black people acting like they have selective memory. Everything that's happening now, it's already happened before. This is nothing new. You got the politicians, you got one party of politicians ride Black people. Oh, Black people, we need you to support us. Oh, Black people, we need you to do this. Black people, we need you to come out to the polls. Black people, we need you to do that. Didn't we have a whole conversation last year about what it means when people don't listen to Black women? When we warned what would happen? And so now we're being pulled from here to here to here because everybody wants Black people to support them and support their issues. Well, who's supporting us? I'm tired of these politicians. We see them at the church or the religious institution, you know, doing the photo ops, eating that chicken, clapping to the music, doing a little dance, repeating our slogans to collect our votes. And then these same politicians disappear when our schools close. They disappear when our businesses are struggling, and they disappear when we want to open up businesses and we get ran through the ringer because of what we look like. They disappear when our neighborhoods are being disinvested in. They disappear when it's programs that supposedly give us the opportunity to buy property and do all of these other things, how many of us benefit from those? This is why we've been out here spreading the word about all of these different programs and all of these things. But how many of us get a chance to take advantage of it? That's for real. This is a real conversation. If you don't know, our Sunday worship service is WARSHIP, worship, because we are at war. You're not going to hear no tambourines. You're not going to hear no choir. You're not going to hear no thank you, Jesus. You're not going to hear no jump or see no jumping up and down, because we don't got time for that. Our babies are literally being shot in the back and murdered. And people think it's okay. People think it's funny. People think that other people need to do this, that we need to be put in check. Do you know this is not a time for games? Because see, we have a problem. For some of us, it don't matter until that's your child getting shot in the back. It don't matter unless that's your child getting murdered. It don't matter if that's your husband or your brother or your uncle getting killed, found hanging from a tree. When are we going to be tired of being sick and tired? When are we going to realize that this is not, when we say our enemy, this is not about your white grandma. This is not about your white baby mama or baby daddy. This is not about your best friend at work, Brian. Because see, this is what we do. Oh, it's not all white people. We know it's not all white people. But who collectively benefits? Who collectively benefits? You don't think when these Asians have this anti-black racism that white supremacy doesn't benefit, that white people don't benefit? Everybody benefits off of us except for us. How does that make you feel? If you have a family, how does that make you feel that a white child's life in America will always be worth more than a black child's life? How does that make you feel about your children? How does that make you feel about your grandchildren? Did I touch a sore note? Good. Because this isn't a game. When we, at Toma, when we say we are at war, we mean we are at war. It doesn't matter what level that you're looking at. It doesn't matter if it's economically. It doesn't matter if it's spiritually. It doesn't matter your income level. Because see, we got some black folks and they'll think, oh, I moved out the hood. I made it out the mud. We gonna be all right. It's affecting them too. They're the ones who being stopped by the police outside of their nice houses. They're the ones who being stopped by the police as they're walking in their neighborhood, trying to enjoy the park and the other amenities that the community that they live in have. Asks, who are you coming to visit? Or are you supposed to be here? I saw this video of this black child on a neighbor's porch, and a white woman came up and told him that he didn't belong there and to get off the porch. Now, mind you, the homeowner was standing right there with the boy, talking to the boy. And notice, it's going viral. The other white woman didn't say anything. This is our reality. See, because when we talk about resistance. There's a lot of talk about how do we resist? How do we fight back? In resistance, there's a role for everybody. In resistance, there's a role for the people who want to go stand outside of businesses and hold signs. There's a role for the person who wants to hold the bullhorn. There's a role for the person who's running the social media. There's a role for the person who got bail money for people. There's a role for everybody. And so when we're talking about this boycott can't just be happenstance. It's got to be a part of a larger strategy, because we know Black Lives Matter. What happens when people put other people in place to benefit and take advantage of the pain and suffering of Black folk? We know what it looks like for people to put other people in face, to be the faces of organizations and be the faces of movements, where they're getting paid by the same people who benefit from our blood, sweat, and tears. Make that make sense? And for some of you, it's hard for you to connect economics being the highest form of warfare. It's warfare because whoever controls the food controls who eats. Whoever controls the housing determines who remains in the neighborhood. We have that problem right now with gentrification all across the city. Look at North Lawndale, for example. That the people who've lived in the community for generations can't afford to stay in the community because the rents are rising and the property taxes are rising. Do you see where I'm going with this? Whoever controls the transportation controls movement. And what we're dealing with right now, whoever controls the media controls the story. How many Black accounts are being doxxed because they telling the truth? How many black accounts are sitting in Facebook jail, Twitter jail, Instagram jail? Because they telling the truth about what's going on. And here's an interesting one. Whoever controls political donations controls legislation. Are we seeing that literally right now? This is real. And it's hitting us from all sides. And you have to look at, if you don't, I'm trying to remember, I don't remember the exact name of the book. If somebody had told me, if you remember, the book about S.B. Fuller. And S.B. Fuller is actually our prescribed reading for the month of June at Toma Nation. So you can get the book on Amazon. I can't remember the actual title of the book. But when you look at S.B. Fuller and the business empire that he built from scratch, and the business empire that he built, no internet, no social media. He started out with no money, and he built a huge business empire right here in Chicago. He is a testament of what can be done when you put your mind to building your business. He learned all of the tools that he needed in his tool bag, and he was able to leverage that knowledge in building an empire. How many Black people did he hire? How many Black families did he change their lives? That's economics. That's real. And we have to look at that because last week I even talked about Dr. Claude Anderson's Powernomics book and this other books where he warned Black America what would happen if we didn't join together. That he warned Black America what would happen if we didn't support Black businesses. What we're experiencing right now is the fruit of the lack of our own labor. We're experiencing the consequences of disunity. We're experiencing the consequences of wanting to be more European than the European. We're experiencing the consequences of disobedience. And I know for some of you, that's a little bit hard to swallow. But this is where we are. I'm going to go into some scriptures. And I'm not even, this is part 2 of this lecture, and I got so much to go, and it's already 1:10. If you would like a part 3 of this lecture, economics is the highest form of warfare, drop a comment if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Or you can always shoot us a text at 773-846-3091. Now, Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18. It says, remember the Lord, for it is he who gives power to obtain what? Obtain wealth. Our community is full of Black-owned businesses. We live in Chicago, where it doesn't matter if you in Hyde Park, it doesn't matter if you in Chatham, if you in Inglewood, it doesn't matter if you in Little Italy, it doesn't matter if you downtown, or you in Boys Town, or you in Rogers Park. Guess what's there? Black-owned businesses. You go to the north suburbs, you go to the south suburbs. Guess what's there? Black-owned businesses. So when we say, oh, I can't find a Black business for this, it's 2026. That's an excuse. There's a super awesome lady. Her name is Cassiopeia, who has the Black Mall. And I've done it before. If I didn't know of a Black business, let's say I was looking for, I'm trying to think of something that everyday people would have access to. Let's say I was looking for a Black chemist. And I was starting a business and I needed a Black chemist to formulate products for me. And let's say in my network, I didn't know of a Black chemist. You have entities like the Black Mall and other entities that have directories full of Black businesses that you can find one. Or you can reach out to the owner of those books or the websites or the social media pages that are saying, hey, check out this Black business, check out this Black business, check out this Black business. There's no excuse. Look at the Yusuf Ali version of the Holy Quran. Surah 53, Ayah 39. Humanity receives according to what it strives for. Humanity receives according to what it strives for. Black folk, what are we striving for? Are we striving for unity? Are we striving for justice? Are we striving for liberation? Are we? You should think about the answer to that question. See, here at Toma Nation, when we have these conversations, when we do these lectures, when we're informing our people, we're not doing it to take up space on the internet. We're not doing it to talk just for talking's sake, because we're not chasing no clout. We're trying to give you life-giving teachings that you can internalize and go around and share it with your family, share it with your community, share it with the Black people in your own networks. Each one teach one. This is a conversation that we really need to have. And as we look at our Black national holiday that we've been celebrating since before it became a federal holiday, Juneteenth. And as we look at everything that's going on in this country, we should be moving a certain kind of way. We should be talking to our families. We should be talking to our young people. This is important because we're at a point in history, Black people, where things are only going to get worse. But this is an opportunity for us to truly join together and strategize together and work together so that we can support each other. See, Black folk, we have a problem with everybody want to be a leader and don't nobody want to be a follower. Let's look at the military. When the military goes on a mission, is everybody on the team a leader? Yes. Are they really though? Sister Shura said yes. I would have to disagree. Because if the crap hit the fan, who is going to be the person that is going to face the ultimate backlash if they didn't do their job and they were the leader of the team? I get where you're going, Sister Cheryl. Like, oh, we're all leaders. I get it. Teamwork. But even in a situation like that, somebody got to be the bottom line person. Everybody can't be the general. Everybody can't be the admiral. Everybody can't be the captain. And that's a problem that we have as Black people, that everybody want to be a leader and don't nobody want to be a follower. And when I say follower, see, Black culture is amazing. But then we also have to sometimes deal with some things that we've internalized. So when I say that sentence, everybody want to be a leader and don't nobody want to be a follower. For some people, it's going to bring up something that your mama or your daddy probably told you when you was little. What is that? Why you out here trying to be a follower? You should be a leader. You know, we know Black families. See, that's your problem. You want to be a follower and not a leader. But let's just be real. Some people should not be leaders. Some people should definitely be followers. Have you ever heard of the term bringing lambs to slaughter? Are you not seeing lambs being brought to slaughter? Because people following the wrong people? People following people who do not have their best interests at heart? People following people who don't care if they live or die? People following people who don't care if their families live or die? Make that make sense? I know this lecture had a little bit of spiciness to it. But everything that I'm saying, it's not coming from a place of anger. You haven't seen my anger face. It's coming from a place of love. Because here at Toma Nation, we give these lectures because we love and own our people. We want to see our people do better. We want to see our people get out of the economic conditions that they're in. We want to see our people be healthy. We want to see our people be able to go from just surviving to thriving. And we want to see our people to be able to work together in unity. We don't all have to think the same way, dress the same way, talk the same way, listen to the same music. We don't always have to agree. But we can move together in unity. And this is why I said at the beginning of my lecture, shout out to these Black people that we seeing on our social media who are moving together in unity. Shout out to the Black people that we see are supporting each other and fighting back. Shout out to the Black people who are putting aside their differences and backing each other up. Now that's real. Shout out to the young people who are not afraid to speak out, who are not afraid to be on the front lines at a protest, who are not afraid to say what's really going on. Because see, we know we have some people, and if this is you, you should work on yourself. See, we have some of us who we've gotten accustomed to our position. We've gotten accustomed to a certain way of life. We've gotten accustomed to this European mindset of, oh, these young people, they're not gonna do nothing. You can see the anti-youth behavior when we talk about teen takeovers here in Chicago. And you can see how many Black people hate young people. And some of y'all got young people in your own house. But yeah, we be the first ones to criminalize youth. We be the first ones to talk crap about youth. We be the first ones to talk about legislation to lock them up. But who's the first ones to say, hey, why don't we get together and open up more spaces for young people where they can come and be themselves, where they can come and not get criminalized? Why not we have more events for young people where they can come and have fun and actually have, when you say you're having events for young people, actually have the staff to manage young people. It's the summertime. It's white kids and white communities living their best lives, riding their bikes, going to the beach, going to the pool, eating their ice cream cone, just frolicking in the summer. But when it comes to our teenagers, when it comes to our youth, how many of them get to have that experience without being criminalized? Remember, at the beginning of the lecture, I said internalized anti-Black racism. Some of y'all are showing y'all behinds about how y'all really feel. I remember you have people who will be like, oh, the youth need this. And someone wants to open up a homeless shelter for youth. Not on my block. Oh, the youth need more programs. Someone wants to open up, have a community program on the block for youth. Not on my block. That's anti-Black racism. And we have to call it out for what it is. I hope the words, wait, what is that comedian that says, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I can't remember who it is. Chris Tucker. I hope the words that are coming out of my mouth is sparking something in your mind. I hope the words that I am saying is putting some energy or an inspirational fire under you to think about, how do I fit in this? How does my family fit into this? Why? As we're witnessing real live revelation, and we're seeing Trump play the role that he was meant to play in this slippery slide of the falling of America. Things are only going to get worse. And we have to understand that our redemption is getting closer to the Creator. Our redemption is joining together for the benefit of our own people. Our redemption is to stop following the same people who benefit from our demise. One of my close friends, her name is Barbara Pillows to the Bay. Shout out to Barbara. She has this saying that she says, and it's graphic, but it is very real, and I say it a lot to just summarize what we're going through. Your rapist can't be your rape counselor. The same people who they just experience joy when they see a Black child murdered. They experience joy when they see us being harassed by police. They experience joy when they see us homeless and living on the street. They experience joy anytime they see something negative happening to Black people. And these are the same very people that are our ride or dies. Make that make sense? Stop making excuses. Now, I know I got 1 minute, but I'm going to go 5 more minutes. Now, when we look at South Carolina, and we look at that baby Cyrus being shot in his back, when we look at this concept of anti-Black racism, it's not just a saying. Rick Chow and his family truly believed that that baby's life had no value. He truly believed that it was okay to shoot a child in the back using the bottled water as an excuse. Because let me tell you something. I don't care how many previous robberies he done had. If Cyrus's skin was not black, would he have shot that child in the back? If that was a white kid that he thought was stealing from out of his store, you think he would have shot a white kid in the back? You think he shot another Asian kid in the back? You think he shot a Latino kid in the back? They know what they were doing. They released the footage on the camera in the store. That Asian lady was so close to that child. She knew that child didn't steal no water. They used that as an excuse to be as close to white supremacy as possible, to kill a black child, and they got away with it. I don't care if you talking about the daddy, the mama, or the son. And then they want to cry poo-poo tears because of black people being enraged and because of black people vandalizing the store. We got to understand, there's a million Rick Childs, and not all of them are Asian, who feel like that black lives literally don't matter, that black lives have no value, that they take joy in killing us. Cyrus isn't the only black child that was recently murdered. We got to understand, when we say we are at war, we are at literal war. Because it's a shame that we can go back and tick off the names of the other black babies who have been murdered. And when I say murdered, there's some accountability that goes on to that conversation as well. I'm talking about the babies that are being murdered by those who look like us and the babies that are being murdered by those who don't look like us. We've internalized anti-black racism ourselves, where we've gotten to the point where we don't believe that black lives have value. That is a problem. How are we supposed to ride out the storm of the fall of America and we can't even work together? That's a problem. It don't matter if you call yourself black. It don't matter if you call yourself African American. It don't matter if you call yourself Moor. It don't matter if you call yourself Hebrew. It don't matter if you call yourself a foundational black American or an African American descendant of slaves. We don't care. We need to join together so that we can ride the storm. When you look at economics and you look at the Great Depression, before the Black Wall Streets were raided and destroyed by white people, did those black people not join together? Did those black people not join together and spend their dollars with each other and support each other and live next to each other? That is how they were able to survive. While the rest of America was going hungry, standing in soup lines, White Americans coming back from the war traumatized and the government not supporting them, they out here hungry. And what did they show us? It doesn't matter if we start our own communities. It doesn't matter if we attain a certain form of wealth. In their eyes, our lives truly don't matter. And this isn't something that's going to change. I don't care how many so-called white allies we have. I don't care how many so-called Asian or Latino allies that we have. This is the real America. And America is showing itself for who it really is, for who it's always been. Because if I hear another person say, this is not my America, I can't believe that this is what the country is going through right now. Man, this country is really going down the toilet. This has been America. This is always going to be America. And if you would like to join forces with us in unity, whether you're located here in Chicago or if you're in another part of the country and you are bringing people together under unity, reach out to us at 773-846-3091. There is so much left of my lecture, but I'm going to get ready to close out. But before I close out, I just also want to say just something about Carmelo's case and the situation that he is in. When we see once again in real life that America has showed us that the lives of our children do not matter. And so we got to get to the point when we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we want to work together. We want to stand up. Look at all the Black people standing up across the country. We can't let that be like Black Lives Matter, where we angry and we in the streets and then it fizzles out. This is not gonna stop. It's only gonna get worse. And don't wait until it's your child being shot in the back. Don't wait until it's your child going through the criminal just us system. Just us, that it's always us. I leave you as I greeted you. I really hope that this lecture provided value to you, that it made you think. And like I said, if you would like to join forces with us here at Toma Nation in Chicago, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Pabaragani, Alafia, and Ashe.